Hello, and welcome back. My name is, wait, I didn't think of a name. Flower that starts with S, flower that starts with S. Sunflower, you saw. It's the first one that came to mind. It will do. Yeah, hello, welcome back. I am here in this very zoomed-in flower shop. And, we're gonna continue right where we left off reading Tales of Winterland, but first, as always, there's stuff. Oops. Oh, I think another version is coming out soon. Some trailer of sorts. And oh, wait a minute. Wait, that was good information. Nice. When is that? Soon. Very good, very nice. I do need that. Oh, it's actually right now. Okay. I should make use of that. Any... Cool. Oh, right, the new banner is out, right. There we go. Acheron is back. And, Aventurine... Acheron... One of those. I don't have enough stuff for this, but I can warp, so I think I will do it. Let's go do some warps at the start of the episode. Always a good idea. Oh wow, my volume is very loud. Oh, that's better, there we go. My ears are safe. Oh, new light cone. After the... Harmony? After the harmony, I guess? Fall, after the fall. It was year edition. Is it good? Increases the wearer's brake effect. After the wearer uses, ultimate increases speed, but only by 8%. I don't think that's too good, unless I have a year edition character that steals off a break. Which actually isn't that the Rappa? Yeah. Well, there we go. I've got a light cone for you. Perfect. Although I'm not sure it's honestly better than like what she's using. That's a pretty good light cone. But it's probably good. And then let's do one more. That wasn't a 5-star, I don't think, right? Yeah. No 5-star today, so be it. Oh, I didn't really look at the 4 stars on the banner. Well, March was there, maybe. Definitely, in fact. I guess that is it. Okay, not the best of pulls, but we did some pulls. March, Pella, and Sampo. I would like some more Sampo. Okay.
I'll take this one.
This is still glowing. Why are you glowing? Divergent. That was already a thing. Are you happy now? Thank you. Right, let's get back straight into it. My Discord is on. Damn it. There we go. I think that was the first time I forgot to turn it off. Tales of... wasn't it near the top? Oh, there it is. Tales of the Winterlands. I also realized, as I was editing, that, was it chapter 2? I didn't fully read chapter 2. Like... yeah, I think it was right here. I think it was right here. I scrolled up, down like this, and I did it so perfectly that as I read it, I just assumed that was the bottom. But it's not. I think this was the exact spot. So I'll just read this first and we'll continue with the capture. So Delamir is gonna talk about his homeland, I guess. There are no snowflakes in the Lava Kingdom, where I'm from. I forgot what vague voice I gave him. I did not give him a very distinct voice, but I did try, and I forgot what it was. Oh well. The difference in temperature is night and day compared to Frozen City. There are many volcanoes where I live. Do you know about volcanoes? It's the complete opposite of snow mountains. Volcanoes have smoke coming out of the top, and sometimes they even spew fire. Also, volcanoes can have snow on them, can't they? Artem could not imagine a mountain so hot that it could breathe fire. All he could do was nod absently. And so, we used the power of the volcano to create a volcano cannon. We used it to launch adventurers such as myself to explore other countries. But it was only in the air that I realized the only way back was by walking. I guess that's how the... Oh, I think I remember reading this before, like way back when I first got this. I guess that's how the previous adventurers returned home. Ha 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 ha. Valmir was naturally talkative. His words were full of passion that made Artem feel a sense of kinship. As they talked, Artem learned for the first time what a volcano was, what the movements of the Earth's crust was, and what a volcano cannon was. The Lava Kingdom adventurers are dispatched to explore the ends of the Earth, but they can always find their way back, with a compass that always points home. However, the trip back may be more dangerous than being launched by the cannon, and only a handful of adventurers make it. That's a big suicide mission, yeah. The ones who do make it always bring home reliable companions from foreign lands. The outsiders bring knowledge and technology that the Lava Kingdom would not normally have access to. Artem, I need your help. Please come back with me to the Lava Kingdom. We must get there before the biggest volcano event in history. The biggest volcano event in history? That's right, we are preparing our biggest volcano cannon yet. We're going to fly to the Stelladin of the Old World. There we go, that's what I missed, and the tie-in here makes more sense now. Okay, last time we got, in the book, the main characters got captured by some bug knights, so let's read about that. Although that says Spring Pasture 1, and presumably there's a Spring Pasture at least 2, or probably even 3. So chapter 5 is probably skipping ahead a bit again. Chapter 5, Water Prison, continuation. In this chapter, Artem and friends discovered an altar that can be used to directly communicate with the giant monster Springweld. Yeah, we did skip. And found out the entrance to its lungs. Okay. So they communicated with it that they were gonna climb inside its lungs. But what they found when they arrived in its lungs is an old-world rainforest with severe flooding. Well, that doesn't sound good. Water in the lung. Artem and Duke dived into the water to find out the reason behind the flooding, but was attacked and dragged into the depths. As Artem slowly woke, a mysterious feeling ran through him, as if he was freed from the weight of his body. He felt light, and the prolonged slumber provided a miraculous sense of security, just as what infants felt when they first rest in the water of their mother's womb. Do they? Okay. How would you confirm this information? Okay. How do you know they're feeling secure instead of terrified? Anyway, he slowly regained consciousness, but the drowsy feeling remained. Artem recalled the last thing that happened before passing out. He struggled to return to the surface as someone was dragging him down deeper into the water. He held out as long as he could before finally running out of air. Did I drown? There was no time for Artem to figure out what happened, because knowing what was going on was more important. He was completely submerged in water. However, there was not the slightest sense of grasping for air. He turned his wrist and confirmed the flow of water between his fingers. Then his body began moving upwards as he started kicking his legs. Bam! His back hit the bars of a metal cage. The sudden pain made Artem swear out loud. Which swear? Very important, I want to know. But knowing that he was still alive put his mind at ease. What swears people use when they hit something is a very good tell of character. Are you awake, Mr. Artem? A familiar voice came from behind him. Artem, swimming towards the sound. Familiar voice came from behind Artem. What was this? Why is this just a random Artem here? just randomly putting his name here as a single sentence. So random. It's like he loves his name, alright. Swimming towards the sound, Artem discovered Captain Duke and the iron bars in the water between them. Captain Duke. Captain Duke, you're alive as well. Where are we? We've been captured by the underwater residents. So that's how I passed out. No, you passed out because you were holding your breath. Haven't you noticed? We can breathe in this water. So he didn't know he could breathe, so he was holding his breath and he passed out. That's funny. It seems their conversation warranted a response from the nearby guard. A boyish figure swam past their cage, dressed in tights with a harpoon in his hand. He banged hard on the iron bars with the harpoon, producing strong waves that sent Artem back. Oh, he's in a cage. Shut up. This isn't a place for chit-chat. The guard wasn't playing around. Where else would you breathe besides in the water, you fools? Come, take a look at this. The guard pulled on the net in his hand. The thing he was dragging floated slowly into sight. There were white, transparent, sluggish worms. At least Artem thought they were worms, for he had never seen anything like them. How do you know where these bugs came from? Or I think that's the guard. How do you know where these bugs come from? Artem and the Duke looked at each other and shook their heads. Ha, useless creatures. I thought you two would know something. These are bugs? I don't know, but I have to call it something. The guard suddenly remembered his position and struck the iron bars again. Silence! Don't talk to me. But you asked him a question. After a brief moment of silence, Artem asked the guard. It doesn't look like it has any internal organs. Maybe it's not a living organism? It chases people as if it has eyes. Who cares if it's living or not? Snorted the guard. When the body split open, it releases a liquid that can dissolve people. You also can't breathe in the polluted water. Polluted water? Duke added coldly, so instead of attacking them, you built this cage underwater prison. Haha, so you're the clever one. The fool beside you keeps asking stupid questions. Yes, 200 layers of the prison below you are filled with these bugs. 200 layers of the prison below you are filled with these bugs. The guard's tone suddenly became serious. We must continue building the prison to survive. Artem tried to see the water below him. His eyesight was not as good as Duke's, but he could make out the staggering number of cages beneath him, where countless white bugs were indeed being held. However, the water was so deep that he could not see the bottom, only a deep abyss. The rising waters could have already crushed the insects near the bottom with sheer pressure, leaving only the smell of death in the abyss. Artem seemed to understand the real cause behind the flooding in the lungs of Springfield. The constant appearance of bugs and the expansion of the prison made the water in his lungs rise higher, leaving less room for oxygen. This prison wasn't meant for the two of you. The guard banged on the iron bars again. If you can help us find out where these bugs are coming from, we can let you out of here. How about it? What if I told you we were actually from above the water's surface? To be continued. And then I guess we're skipping further ahead once more, because I don't see Water Prison Part 2. But that's crazy, a giant creature, and in its lungs, at the bottom of his lungs there's water, and in that water there's a whole civilization of people. Insane. And once again, the theme of giant creatures in Belebog or in Jurilo persists. It is actually going to be really cool to think about that in the future. Jurilo is probably going to be the first, civilization with giant mechs and pilots and all that anime stuff. Okay, Chapter 6, Lava Kingdom 1. Continuation. In this chapter, Artem and friends arrived at the last stop in their voyage, the Lava Kingdom. Loud buzzing noises emerged from the distant lava and boulders responding to Dalmir's signal flares. A gigantic insect suited in a plated armor arrives before them. It was their ride to the Kingdom of Cannons. Lots of giant bugs once you're past the frozen city. Artem originally didn't have any negative feelings towards these invertebrate annelids. Annelids being a type of bug, I guess. They've noticed the flare. Look, the molten insect. It's here to bring us home. A sense of joy and pride could be noticed in Dalmir's tone. Here for us, another gigantic insect. There's too many bugs here. The gigantic earthworm-like bug stood roughly 2 meters tall and 20 meters long. Wow. It continued to squirm as it was parked and waited to be poured. That's gross. Numerous layers of petal-shaped scales covered its circular muscles. Well, that makes it a bit better, I guess. It's tattooed. The scales were coated in a special layer of fine black granite sand, which looks to be made of part secretion and part lava. Artem was reluctant to board this worm and stood still. What's wrong, Artem? This is not as strange as the bugs back on the spring wailed. Let's go, Artem. Anna followed after Dalmir. The old man was standing above his rings of muscle. He was holding a long pole in his hand. In his other hand was an iron hook, holding onto something like a bridle. He jumped off the back of the giant bug with style. The old man spread out his arms and embraced Dalmir. It was clear that they weren't just acquaintances, but great buddies. Hey, Dalmir, President Barbicane. You came to see me. Ha ha ha, surprised, are you? Quickly introduce me to your adventure companions. Hello, I'm Anna. Hello, Anna, I'm Barbicane. Ha ha ha, this girl is adorable. Dalmir is one of the few successful people. Because it sounds, well, it doesn't just sound, it was explained that few come back. So I guess any of them coming back is a big occasion. Especially if they're with friends. Barbicane, seeing that Artem hadn't moved, walked towards him, shouting at the top of his voice. I'm not doing that. You young lad over there, come quickly, we are heading back to the Lava Kingdom. Artem, seeing the old man limping over to him and grabbing his hand, reluctantly followed. Hello, I'm Artem. What's wrong with Artem? What happened to him? Is he just tired of bugs? Probably not. Maybe one of the white bugs got to him, I don't know. Seems very dead though, maybe tired. After climbing on the huge molten insect, it was as Artem had feared. Oh, he's feared something. The metal armors on its back didn't fit well on the worm. There was nothing Artem could hold on to except the arms of the seat. He clamped his legs tightly to keep himself from falling off this loose carapace. There was the sound of an electrode at the end of Barbicane's pole as he looked back at the people seated behind him. Off we go. The giant worm squirmed with the shock from Barbicane's pole. With the rhythmic contradictions and relaxation of the ringed muscles, the worm moved forward faster and faster. Sitting between Anna and Dalmir, Artem thought this was a marvelous way to travel. The distance between them changed slightly every time the worm's muscles relaxed and contracted. Without a doubt, there were some unexpected advantages to this special mode of transportation. I suppose this would count as a kind of train? Maybe bus, very long bus. The large worm and its armor can be compressed to a certain extent, allowing it to crawl through the tunnels. It can go around some smaller volcanic vents and also climb on rock walls that others would have to circle. Barbicane used complex static signals to control the worm, and the worm made some delicate maneuvers of its own. The two of them were like parts in a well-oiled machine, achieving some impossible movements together. Artem also noticed the unique way the large worm dissipated heat. A sticky liquid would fall out from the small reticular holes in its armor. The burning sand would then fall off its carapace, while new clay and sand would stick to it from the fresh liquids, thus taking away the heat from the armor. How incredible! As the journey continued, Dalmir and Barbicane's conversation about the Lava Kingdom grew more interesting. According to Dalmir, half of the adventurers in the Lava Kingdom loved building cannons. I mean, that's how the adventure, while the other half loved adventures. Barbicane is the president of the Lava Kingdom Cannon Development Committee, a fine example of how obsessed they are with cannon technology. The only thing they could boast about was the size of the cannon or its firing range. In our committee, people respect you based on the might of your cannon. Dalmir is only interested in making flintlocks. We're not interested in that, ha ha ha. Hey, I'm a professional adventurer, ha ha ha. It is now canon that all people in Lava Kingdom laugh exactly like that. President Barbatine's boorish laugh gave everyone around him a sense of kinship. He was missing an eye, and one of his hands and one leg were replaced by metal prosthetics. It wasn't until he turned to talk to Dalmir that Artem noticed part of his skull was also made from some kind of silicon. What happened to my skull? I lost a chunk of it when the cannon blew up, but it didn't turn me into a slow thinker, haha. Artem got used to the bumpy ride, and finally had time to enjoy the sights. I guess he really was just freaked out by the war. He seems a lot more chill now. There were many volcanoes of varying sizes, all looking like they were about to burst. Lava and magma were everywhere, and Artem felt scorching hot just looking at them. Any normal human would think the environment was just too harsh. It wouldn't be completely inaccurate to say that this place was hell on earth. The black volcanoes, smoke-filled skies, red lava spewing everywhere. Who could have imagined there'd be a country here focused on the scientific research of cannons? It's been a long time since any adventurers returned. Avaxstar cooked to prepare a celebration feast tonight. Artem was excited that there would be a celebration. Only Anna, who had been watching the volcano in the distance, seemed to be preoccupied with something. So their entire civilization is building cannons, shooting people out those cannons, then those people come back with other people who then possess new technology, the technology which they used to make better cannons to shoot people even further. Those people come back with different people with more technology to make better cannons, and then I guess at this point they're starting to shoot people into the sky, to the faraway place in the sky, Stelladin. The banquet hall was full of people from the Cannon Development Committee and the Explorers Guild. President Barbatine's passionate introduction of the three of them was met with thunderous applause. Artem noticed something. Everyone was missing a body part. I don't know why I laughed, that's kind of bad. It's kind of horrible. Whether it be an arm or a leg. Some of them even had a rubber chin or a platinum nose. From Artem's perspective, it was a miracle that Dalmir's body was completely intact. For years now, our Cannon Committee has been planning the greatest cannon event, one that's worthy of our ancestors. Everyone is aware that the greatest volcanic activity in history is coming. Viva the volcanoes! The banquet hall filled up with loud cheers once more. We will bravely shoot ourselves into outer space, risking our lives for the greatest adventure the world has ever known. Viva the outer space! The banquet hall shook as if it would collapse at any moment. Positional observations from Dalmir's journey have allowed us to track the Stelladin. I am pleased to announce that we can now reach it with complete certainty, using cannon. Many people were shocked at the announcement. Complete certainty, huh? Evident by the sudden silence in the hall. Then it was followed by cheering and applause that couldn't be suppressed, even if all the cannons of the banquet were fired all at once. Artem sneaked away from the crowd of people in the banquet hall. He saw Anna looking out of the window at the quiet volcano in the distance. Beside her, it was the sparkling wine that they had brought from the spring wheel. Anna, Artem, don't say anything. Can you come here for a moment? During their adventures, Artem had witnessed Anna's extraordinary tenacity 1,000 times. But now, her voice sounded like a distress signal, pleading for him for help. Her soft breaths, is that how you spell that? Seemed to be conveying a desire to make him stay. It made Artem want to embrace her from behind. What's wrong? If you go to the outer space, will you ever come back again? Perhaps. There probably won't be a volcano cannons in the Stelladin. Artem. Anna turned around and her face flushed as if she had cried. That moment the sounds from the banquet hall faded away and the whole world fell silent. I miss home. Will you come home with me? And now Artem has to make a choice. So glad this part isn't skipped at least. Chapter 6, Lava Kingdom 2. Continuation. Artem and his friends arrived in the Lava Kingdom on the back of a molten insect. Are worms insects? I don't know. I guess. Sure. They were greeted with great warmth. After hearing the kind speech of the president of the Lava Kingdom Cannon Development Committee, Barbatiane, They realized that their arduous journey was nearing its end, but Anna wanted to quit and wished Artem could stay as well. Dalmir was confused, but he didn't dare ask any questions. There was a delicate feeling in the air between Artem and Anna by the second day of the celebration. Dalmir speculated that Artem saw the uplifting feelings of the festival as an opportunity and confessed his love for Anna, but was ultimately turned down. He had always believed the two would end up together, but reality has shown him how naive he was. If he had been launched from the cannons and seen more of the world, maybe he would have seen it coming. I brought you guys to the launching grounds here today to show you our pride, the volcano cannon. Dalmir was aware that the two were not in a good mood, but he thought that it would be best not to ask. As I've said before, the energy of the volcano is the energy of the planet itself. The core of the planet is always pushing towards the opposite direction of gravity, and not sitting at the center of this planet. The enormous outward compression force shoots out lava and other gases from beneath the ground. This is the power of the volcano. Artem and Anna looked upon the distant lava in the main volcano through the thick glass. Its characteristics were similar to ocean waves rising and falling. On the other hand, it was like boiling water, with gases constantly pushing out of the magma and forming bubbles that soon bursted. The scorching temperatures heated the air unevenly and caused heat hazes to appear. Anyone could see that such an unstable, burning, and bright liquid could not be suppressed for much longer. Without realizing it, Artem was sweating all over. Instability, unpredictability, and too much power were all reasons that humans in the past could not harness this energy. However, our ancestors changed their mind during the Ice Age. Don't try to control it, set it free. You're right, Artem. We should just set this immense energy free, like one big fart, they said in unison. Great. The two of them laughed. Dalmir had told many cheesy jokes like this during their journey. It wasn't until they were staring at the ready-to-erupt volcano that the foolish explanations came to life. It was unbelievable that they are standing so close to such outlandish descriptions. Artem feels like he's still in a dream. Anna laughed lightly as she walked behind them. The energy container at the top and the volcanic accelerators over there. They're expensive to make, but they're all disposable. Dalmir suddenly stopped. He wasn't pleased with that expression. They've prepared their whole lives for the one battle, but it only takes one battle to prove everything. They aren't disposables, they're the ultimate romanticists. Romanticists? Artem felt as if something was stirring inside his chest, like restless magma. As Dalmir's voice grew quieter, he could feel the vibrations of the mantle. All that immense energy to realize the once-in-a-lifetime romance. Look over here, this is the cannonball we'll be riding in. It was a spherical cockpit about 7 meters in diameter, with wide windows in front. There were countless precise instruments, levers, and buttons inside. On the outside, there were even a pair of thin wings that could open out. It didn't look like anything from the Lava Kingdom. Could it be? That's right. It was a cannonball created by the people from the old world. This is the only one in the whole world. The outside was covered with material that can withstand temperatures up to 5,000 degrees Celsius. Telemetry communications, energy, temperature control, and other precision equipment lined the walls of the interior. Artem had unearthed many old world relics to know immediately that this was the pinnacle of old world technology, something that could take people to outer space for real. This cannonball is also romanticist. Flying into outer space with no return, it will complete its mission during the journey, then float through the universe as a permanent fixture. Once again, Artem felt he was no longer on the ground. He was among the brilliant stars that filled the night sky. Anna looked at the man standing before her, knowing that his mind had already left this planet. She understood completely. Artem's heart had reached the heights of the firmament that she couldn't reach, no matter how hard she tried. It was far, far beyond the Stelladon, far beyond the end of the universe. And so, she decided to leave quietly before dawn. Perhaps it would make him less miserable. But she still couldn't do it. Thank you, Anna. On the path before sunrise, she saw a clear silhouette. It was Artem waiting for her. She couldn't leave quietly after all. I have been deeply in love with you ever since you saved my life. I have never seen such a tenacious, independent, and gentle woman like you. There were plenty of chances for me to tell you, I like you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But I cannot stay with you. If there's one thing that I must do in life, it is to go on adventures, continuous adventures. I'm sorry. I think I'm also a romanticist. I'm willing to risk everything I have for the sake of the... I thought that was Anna speaking. Willing to risk everything I have for the sake of adventure. I'm sorry. With tears in her eyes, Anna knew. She knew the moment she embarked on this journey, it was the kind of man she fell in love with. Before her tears could fall, a warm hand wiped away her tears. It was Artem's hand, which she knew too well. I don't want you to shed so many tears for me, but I've already decided. I understand completely. I can only give you 3 things. Artem took out his journal, which carefully recorded all his adventures and memories with Anna. The first is my past. Everything we experienced together was real. Artem placed the sword of the Frozen City Queen had given him in Anna's hands. The second is my future. This is my promise to the Queen. I wish to protect you forever. And the last is my present. I love you, Anna. He kissed her. They were so affectionate, as if time had stopped at this moment, and the future would not come. It's kind of sweet, but it's sad. Maybe he comes back one day, right? Maybe he comes back one day, right? I mean, honestly, the good ending here seems just to be if the cannonball just malfunctions and doesn't work, that would be the good ending. Final chapter, Stelladen 1. Continuation. In this chapter, armed with a conviction of never returning, Artem and Dalmiel will ride the cannonball of the old world into the sky. The impact factor of the volcano cannon was not included in the original designs. The cannonball instantly reached a shocking speed upon firing, leaving everyone at the launch site speechless. Is this really going to be okay? From the inside, Artem and Dalmir had to withstand 10 G's worth of crushing force. They were almost smashed by the power. Artem lost consciousness the split second upon launch, and the memories of the dangers on the snow plains appeared in his mind. His lulled state did not last long, as he woke himself up with impressive conviction and mental discipline. After experiencing the near-death moment, Artem immediately noticed the importance of the shock reduction capacitor in the flying pod. Without it, he'd already be dead. Dalmir, on the other hand, was having a much harder time. His eyes were rolled back, and white foam was coming out of his slightly open mouth. Is he passed out, or is he gone? Artem called for him over the radio several times, but Dalmir did not respond. Not only could the approaching space be seen as a portal of the cannonball, but so could the distancing ground from beneath. The spectacular view unfolds rapidly in front of Artem's eyes. The familiar sights quickly shrink till it becomes unfamiliar. The numbers of the instruments continue to climb, but no sign of slowing down whatsoever. Artem was still unaware of what was happening, even though everything pointed towards the same conclusion. They were leaving the planet at shocking speeds. They were 5,000 meters off the ground. Artem could still see the buildings of the Lava Kingdom, especially the main cannon that fired the cannonball. The launch caused a massive landslide, reducing the main volcano to a billowing cloud of smoke. At this height, the large molten insects were impossible to see, and the lava on the ridges looked like spider silk web. And the bright colors that scorched the eyes had softened considerably. Would love to see that myself. The volcanic ash in the air sped by quickly as the ground slowly became a blur. 10,000 meters off the ground, Artem could see the spring weld. At the height of tens of thousands of meters, Artem could barely see the back of the beast. Even so, he had not seen the monster's entire body. Such a giant beast. It was an indescribable feeling to have a panoramic view of the roads he had taken on during this long adventures. It was a great finale. Artem traced the route he had once taken on. He saw through the snowy mountains and looked at the blizzard. The frozen city was within the quickly passing clouds and snow, and he could barely see its outline. Anna once said she would go fishing with her father to relax at the end of long adventures. How would she relax this time? Then clouds began obstructing his view, and thoughts of escaping came back. How long has the cannonball been flying? They flew higher until they reached the darkness. Belebog loomed over the dark land. Thousands of lit houses were only the size of a coin, but Artem knew it was Belebog. The urban heat island effect stood out against the surrounding chill, which was more evident when looking down from the clouds. It was this warmth that had sustained Belebog for 100 years, but it also prevented its people from going outside. Compared to the size of the planet, Belebog was but a speck of dirt. Artem once thought that Belebog and its surroundings was the entire world. Thinking back now, it was just the unwillingness to admit his narrow perspective. At this height, anyone would agree that such a narrow perspective was laughable. 100,000 meters off the ground, Artem could clearly see the curvature of the planet. The great aurora started appearing. The brilliant ribbons gently covered the surface of the planet. Back in Belebog, Artem had gazed up at these dreamlike veils fluttering in the night sky. Now they were below him. It was at this moment that static came through the communication device. Artem, we are in the sky. Ah! It was Dalmir's screaming from earlier. Artem really didn't know whether to laugh or cry. 400,000 meters off the ground, Artem could see the Stelladon. It was a large cylindrical object rotating slowly. Artem had heard of science fantasies that the effects of gravity could be simulated through rotating centrifugal force. He brushed it off as a mere fantasy until witnessing the miracle before his eyes. The excitement was overwhelming. I wonder how people from the old world will react when they see this cannonball. Fear? Surprise? Will they be treated like invaders and face retaliation? Soft music began playing in the cannonball. It was a mix of drums and guitars that make you feel warm and cozy, like a gift at the end of their journey. Distant cosmic radio was calling. Distant cosmic radio was calling. They were close enough to reach a radio, apparently. As the cannonball got closer, Artem could make out more details of the Stelladon. If the interior was spread out, Stelladon would be a large rectangular area. The opposite sides of the area would join to form a cylinder. Wait, what? Interior was spread out? Okay. Large rectangle area. And the sides would form to join a cylinder. I don't get it. Is it like a rectangle that's wrapping around itself, maybe? Is that what it's saying? Anywhere you stood, you could raise your head and see the streets hanging above. In the streets, many buildings violated physics. The mechanical giants appeared to be connecting the building blocks by combining various modules. Neatly planned streets kept adjusting their positions. To Artem, the whole city was breathing and pulsing like a living organism and rotating as a Rubik's Cube. It was constantly evolving, showing ultimate rationality. As an immaculate work of art that had long been abandoned, Stelladon was floating alone in the universe, awaiting the gaze of human admiration. As if sensing the cannonball, the large object extended a docking port of the same astonishing proportions, like a giant extending its hand at a flying insect. Artem's heart clenched out of fear that the last moments of his journey would end in a fiery collision. But the disaster he imagined didn't happen. The docking port gently held the cannonball and guided it to the landing path in Stelladon. The music was playing gently in their communication devices. I climbed the ladder to the stars and walk in the gallery of outer space. Insomnia awaits the cosmos tonight. The end. Sort of, not really. It's part 1 of Stelladon, probably of 3. But it's the end of Tale of the Winterlands. Beautiful book. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10, because the romance didn't really work out in the end. I don't know what to say. All I can say is I wish I could see all those sights myself.
I'll take this one.
And yet the reason why it was banned is very apparent. It really makes people want to go outside and explore, which is a death sentence, or was. I don't know what to do with myself now that I'm done reading. I forgot how to play the game. I just want to continue reading. It feels uncomfortable to not look at text now. Let's talk to someone. Vaska, Florist staff.
Welcome to Eversummer.
Thank you for the welcome. Are you a Tales of Winterlands fan, considering you had a chapter there? Nice to see you again. Vaska at your service. If you need some help picking out the right flowers, feel free to let me know. Oh, she doesn't sell anything. How about these? These flowers come in a variety of colors and prices, but really, they are all priceless. For example, this one named Sunshine. I should have said Sunshine, I guess, as my name at the start. Is lovely. Its red and yellow colors make it look like the sun. Just looking at it makes you feel warm inside. It's a great choice for a gift, or even to keep for yourself. What do you think? Or do you want to know more about other kinds of flowers? I wish I could tell which one is which. The Marquis. Marquise? Marquise. The Marquise is our most expensive flower. There's a grand story behind its name. Rumor has it that a noblewoman spent her entire family fortune on one of these flowers. This is why it was given the name Marquise. To this point, it is beloved by high society. Is there more to the story, or is she just bad at finance? The first snow. This flower has 8 petals with 8 white spots at each tip. Can I spot it? White spots at each tip. Is it this one, maybe? I think so, right? Probably. White spots at each tip, just like snowflakes. A long time ago, the first snow of the year was called First Snow, symbolizing harvest and joy. The first snow of the first year was called First Snow. Amazing. Summer shade bamboo. It would be more appropriate to call it a plant rather than a flower. It is said that long ago, artists would use its long stalk with holes on it to create musical instruments. Probably. It's not that hard to make, even. Other ones, please. The sunshine. It's a sunshine, a red and yellow flower that looks like the sun. It's very lovely. Just looking at it makes you feel warm inside. But you never mind, I guess this is the sunshine, because it looks like a sunshine. I don't know what the snowflake is, or the first snow. Oh well. Belle Peony. It's a very expensive flower. It blooms only once a year, for 1 month, but honestly, the price is completely worth that 1 month of bloom. Rainbow. Oh, this is our best-selling flower. It's colorful and gorgeous, and is offered at a great price. I would like some. Okay, I did learn a lot today.
Welcome to Eversummer.
How have things been? I heard that a sequel is going to come out. Artem might... sorry. I thought you were asking about A Tale of Winterlands. Sequel, you say? Will Artem come back? I guess I've been doing alright. The florist has been a bit busier these days. So I haven't had as much time to read as before. It's been a headache. Is the florist selling anything new yet? Nah, I haven't cultivated any new varieties. But we had a lot less snow recently, and the temperature is starting to go back up. Some flowers have blossomed splendidly. It could be a good chance for the shop to put together some sales promotions. I also want to ask about the book.
Welcome to Eversummer.
Is the book's ban going to get lifted? You mean the Tales of Winterlands? I'm not sure, but that's the rumor that has been circulating among us book fans. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard that the town hall is getting ready to develop the outskirts of the city. Oh, I can't wait. They've apparently dispatched people to explore that area. If that's true, then there's no need to ban that series. You're a real fan, Vaska. You were reading that book even though it was straight up illegal. It was worth it though. Good story, good story. Speaking of books, Floriography manual. Floriography manual attached to a bouquet. Bouquet, I don't know. I never know how to pronounce things, even things I've seen 1,000 times. Bouquet, Bauquet, Bauquiet, I don't know. The ways of the world are condensed into this manual. Oh wow, it's a big manual. Oh, maybe it will help me understand which flower is the first snowfall. Each flower has its own unique story and language behind it, and different flowers are suitable for different recipients. Before sending flowers, you can refer to the following frequently used floriography to cater to your specific needs. The Marquise floriography: nobility, beauty, grace, completeness, affection, and great charm. Backstory: the Marquise is difficult to cultivate and rather expensive. In the past, there was a noble lady who squandered her family's fortune for this flower, and so came about its name. It's still loved by the upper class to this day. Recipients: high status upper class individuals. I'm sure Wallace would appreciate that. First snowfall: pure innocence, beautiful memories, and hearkening back up to times of innocence. It is said that long ago the first plume of snow each year was called first snow, and it brought good harvest and joy. To this day, most people of Belebog don't know the real story behind first snow. However, the beautiful memories symbolized by the flower continue to be passed down generation after generation, just as how it resists the bitter coldness. Recipients: the elderly and young children. Summershade bamboo: independence, strength, unafraid of hardship, and great perseverance. It is not technically a flower, but it is still of great ornamental value. It is said that once upon a time, an artist used it as a musical instrument, and because of the sense of warmth invoked by its name, generations of great writers from Belebog have also come to favor it. Recipients: artists and people who like art. Ball peony: patience, the greatest of achievements, a moment of eternity and undying love. Ball peony is a treasure among flowers. It blooms once a year for less than a month. When the flower blooms, its beauty is unparalleled, deserving enough of its high value. There is an unwritten tradition in Belebog. If lovers propose in front of the flowering ball peonies, their love will be everlasting. Recipients: lovers. Solar flower: warmth, unity, optimism, and yearning for a bright future. Even when it is in a dim environment, it will glow toward the direction of the sun, or grow toward. Said to be Alyssa Rand's favorite flower, it has inspired countless people with its sunny traits, and has always been considered a symbol of Belebog's warmth. Suitable for most people, the first choice for official and business occasions. Rainbow: simple beauty and living in the moment. It is said that before the eternal freeze, it was just an ordinary curbside flower. At present, it is still very common, but very few dislike its gorgeous colors. Cheap and suitable for everyone. The best kind of flower. Well, I'm sad I can't purchase any of them though. And I'm sad I still don't know which one is the first snow. I have no idea. Maybe that's the first, but that's not a flower. I give up. Is that the first snow? Oh, actually, maybe. No, I don't know. I give up. I'm out. Back into the administrative district. So the plan today, if you've probably realized it by now, but it's just to keep exploring the administrative district. So let's do that. Also, I missed this trash can, I noticed. It's glowing. An overwhelmingly fishy smell emanates from the trash can as you remove the lid. Instead of fish, you find only a fish-related flyer. Is this how synesthesia works? I don't think so. Snapper jam appetizer. Appetizer for a fish food. I also got an achievement. Moment of joy. Diogenes' Utopia. See what Belebog is famous for. You obtained every useful prop in the trash cans. Ah. That means there's no more useful props to find. That's sad, but I will continue to interact with them. Let's take a look at the paper. Snapper jam appetizer. A story about food from a restaurant flyer, possibly some sort of performance art. Oh wow, it's long. This is an advertisement flyer from a diner that closed down. The legend of Snapper Jam Appetizer. The legendary food that saved millions of people. The eternal freeze was imminent and Belebog had not yet been formally established. Under the command of the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand, workers were summoned from across the country for the largest insulation project ever in history. This enormous layer of insulation would prepare Belebog for the endless blizzard. At the time, a young worker by the name of Nicholas was good at cooking. Not only had he mastered all kinds of traditional dishes, but also had developed many new ones. Every weekend, workers would bring over food to his home so that he could prepare a big meal for everyone. Every worker would leave his home satisfied with a full stomach. However, it wasn't long until they wanted to taste his delicious food during the workdays. Is there any way to eat a delicious meal on a cold construction site? Food would quickly turn cold and hard due to the weather conditions on a construction site. It didn't taste as good as dishes fresh from the pot. The heating technology at the time also wasn't as developed. The smart Nicholas believed this to be a major problem, one that almost all workers would encounter. Solving it meant that he could help everyone. Thus he pondered, is there any way that food can endure the bitter cold? Nicholas spent countless hours trying different dishes at home. He tried various combinations, but none of the results satisfied him. One day he was mentally exhausted and hadn't realized the fried fish was already cold. On top of that, he accidentally knocked the fried fish into the pot, cutting it together with red sunset jam. By the time he realized it was already too late, he put the dish aside, ready to throw it out the next day. However, when he woke up the next day, he decided to give it a taste. To his surprise, it was delicious. He had come up with an ultimate cold dish, one that workers could eat in the cold weather. Thanks to Nicholas's promotion, Belebog workers can enjoy a delicious lunch, motivating them to work harder. The news spread to Supreme Guardian Alyssa Rand, who tasted his unique dish and praised his innovation. She named the dish Snapper Jam Appetizer. Afterward, Nicholas made further improvements to the dish. It is now the most famous dish for Belebog gatherings. There are many scribbles on the page. What nonsense and fabrications, a novel? The Supreme Guardian's secret visit. It was around 100 after freeze, after they cultivated the red sunset fruit for jam that could withstand the cold. So that's more useless knowledge, nice. Nice made up story. Although that's kind of fun. I would like to go to a restaurant and read a novel for each of the dishes. Especially for what I actually ordered. Would be fun. Oh. I kind of walked here because I wanted to go to the theater, but there's also something here. Oh, so it's an Alexandra program, page 2. Did I miss this last time? Or did this... I think this appeared. Okay. Well... I guess this is gonna be just another reading episode then. No, it's not highlighted. Citizen Alexandra. Which is somewhere. There it is at the very bottom. Still don't have page 1. So I think I got to page 3 last time. Maybe I did miss this then. Yeah, I think I read this, so let's read this. Behind the scenes, after a 2-year hiatus, Catherine, the genius composer, surprised the theaters with her new opera masterpiece. Arthur Olson, journalist at Belebog Weekly. 2 years ago, Catherine easily won the Goliards Award with her very first piece of work, thus becoming the youngest winner of the Goliards Award for Best Orchestrations in a Play. This talented composer did not accept any offers from any directors or theaters. However, she shut herself off from the world at the height of her popularity and spent 2 years focusing on her new work. As it turned out, Catherine's latest masterpiece, Citizen Alexandra, proved to be a sensation when the initial draft was introduced to the public. Theaters and musicals loved this talented composer's new work. To everyone's surprise, Catherine chose a new performer to play the female lead. Citizen Alexandra is a story driven by a female protagonist. The Supreme Guardian can also show her warm and vulnerable sides. I hope that the audience can understand the journey the Guardian went through her life, transforming from vulnerability to the path of preservation. That's the reason that I chose a new performer, Catherine explained to us. The one in Catherine's mind was Dasha, for whom it would be her first time as a female lead on stage. Although in this play Alexandra will reveal her female elegance and the unique charm, she is always the supreme guardian in her people's hearts, which means she had to change. She had to transform from a tender rose to an unbreakable rock. As for Dasha, her personal experience held her voice to be able to showcase this aspect. Catherine said with a smile that she was very grateful for the trust of the director and the producer in letting her decide the female lead. The cooperation between Mia, the director, and Catherine, the composer, was a surprising success. The play Citizen Alexandra had not been shown to the public, but in the previous trial shows that only opened to professionals in the media, this musical was combining many popular songs that was greatly praised by the audience. This musical combining many popular songs was greatly praised by the audience. There we go. With the new singer, Dasha's beautiful voice, not only did Alexandra the Supreme Guardian show with the new singer Dasha's beautiful voice, not only did Alexandra the Supreme Guardian show the tenderness of a teenage girl, but also perfectly presented her determination and selflessness as she chose the path of preservation accompanied by 3 male friends. Blizzards may tear me apart, but can also make me look who I am. It is your love that helps my heart always be as unbreakable as rock. Before the official show started, Dasha sang us a small part of the Alexandra theme song. In a few lines, the legendary life of the Supreme Guardian had been preserved vividly. Sounds like a good story, and it was also popular. Last time I theorized that it wasn't very popular because the prices were very low compared to the other ones, but maybe Catherine just didn't want to upscale the price as much. Thank you for that, although I haven't bought anything. I do want to go back to the theater though, because I do believe there's more papers to find. It will keep respawning until I get all of them, I think. Yep, there's one already. Just the one here though. Beneath the White Cloak, program page 3, my favorite. I have to find it each time. Oh, there it is, it was even highlighted. So we got the merchandise now. 30-year legendary musical Beneath the White Cloak will officially begin its commemorative performance at the Golden Theatre on February 21st. Limited tickets and merchandise will be available at the counter. Binder with the cover. Usual stuff. Same price. 30-year anniversary commemorative album for Beneath the White Cloak. A commemorative album showcasing 30 years of casts and stage sets for all the iterations of Beneath the White Cloak. Special release for audience members who love Beneath the White Cloak, containing behind-the-scenes stories that were never before seen. The album contains 30 years of love, hard work, and dreams. I would love to buy that. How much? 6K easy. Where can I buy this? Beneath the White Cloak's songbook with scores includes the scores and lyrics of all songs in Beneath the White Cloak 30-year commemorative show. Fine laminated pages, printed with the best ink, long-lasting collector's edition. 2000 shield. Oh wow, this is really popular because it has a lot more merchandise. And also I see this price. What is this? Beneath the White Cloak, the Lady in White Rebecca's Frost Mask, officially licensed merchandise modeled after the mask of the popular character the Lady in White, Rebecca. Is that a spoiler? Made with a transparent and crystalline material, the mask also contains a hidden elastic band to adjust tightness, designed to fit the average head circumference of audiences of different ages. Please consult staff from our licensed stores about specific size requirements. Beneath the White Cloak, also extremely expensive. Then her veil, officially licensed merchandise modeled after the veil of the popular character the Lady in White Rebecca when she firstly appears in box number 5. Dyed with a special material, the veil glimmers with a snowflake pattern in the light, fully demonstrating the mystique of the popular character the Lady in White. Note, this veil has been adjusted to be lighter and have a better fit for the human body, and is different in size to the version used in the live show. Please consult staff from our licensed store about the details. Beneath the white cloak, the main cast's masquerade masks. Officially licensed merchandise modeled after the masks of the popular characters David, Lorena, Patton, and Prince Frank. The masks contain a hidden elastic band to adjust tightness designed to fit the average head circumference of audiences of different ages. This is the part of the episode where my voice starts to fall, and I can't read anymore. Please consult staff from our licensed stores about size and styles. Price 10,000 shield. I would love the ladies in white masks. Also, I realized as I went to get the thumbnail for the previous episode, all these posters and stuff, they show the place that we've been reading about. And I think that one is the lady in white. Certainly looks very white. And also there's more language there. Might be Cerulean belebogian. Not sure which one this is. Maybe also lady in white? Just let me in already. Just let me in. Let me have a thorough look though. Is there nothing else here? Maybe I'm actually starting to get close to the end here. Don't see anything here, or here, or here, or there. Oh, that guy's back too. I kind of forgot about him, but I just remembered. As right here, I remembered that he existed. Good coincidence. Let's see, that was the... I forgot what it's called. But if I see the name, I'll remember. Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country. Free of charge, yes. Which one did I get though? Part 2. No, I read this. Maybe I just got page 3. Probably. I think I remember reading page 1 and 2, yeah. Definitely read page 2, and I think I read page 1 as well. Okay. Got the usual stuff, January 11th, limited tickets. So we got the binder once again, same price. So Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country snow-covered walls theme frame, modeled after the astonishing stage backdrop walls of Belebog. A special release for audience members that love the theater with programs and ticket display cards pre-reserved. You can decorate your wall with a program of Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country along with your ticket. 6,000 shield. Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country songbook with scores. Includes the scores and lyrics of all songs in the Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country official show. Fine laminated pages printed with the best ink, long-lasting collector's edition. There we go, I said Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country a few more times. All is right in the world. Okay, actually, I expected to find more though, I'm not gonna lie. Surprised to only find 2. Very well. I suppose I can have a look. How many more things are there? So all of these are maxed, 3 of 3, 3 of 3, 3 of 3. Musicians at Bellabong. So unless there's more plays, I think that might actually be it for the plays then. Okay. But who knows, maybe there's more underground. Hello, frightened man, how are you? It's that man again, the one who claims he came from the back alley. The poor fellow harassed by supernatural stuff. You remember him surely? This time I do. His face is gaunt, his eyes bloodshot, most likely from a severe lack of much-needed rest. Even so, he leans against the iron frame, murmuring to himself, as if trying to exert every ounce of leftover strength through gritted teeth. Haha, they'll never find me. Are you feeling okay? Get away from me. Oh, my apologies. I thought you were. No, how do I know you're not one of them? Get away! Those cluttered footsteps and that blasted cackle. They're here. they're here. Oh wow, it's my turn. I'm next. The man lets loose an ear-piercing shriek and charges into the unfathomable back alley, carrying his maniacal laughter with him. That man needs help. I got shield for that. I think that man needs a therapist, a doctor, a robe with tight sleeves. Did you see that, Tamila? I hope that guy's okay. I don't think he is. I might not hear of him again. Yikes. I got shield. Does that mean that's like the final encounter with him? I do hope he's alive. Oh, also I wanted to go back here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still not over that. That was so random and terrifying. And sad. This episode is just making me feel weird about things. I don't know what to feel today after every single thing. I actually came back here because I wanted to look up to see what was on top of these walls, because I realized I didn't really look up in this place much. But there's not much here besides some writing once more. Writing that I have no clue what it means. Okay, let's go back to the main street. In fact, let's walk around this side this time. There might still be posters around for my arrest that I would like to tear down. Or maybe I got an achievement for tearing them all down already, I don't remember. Hey, Chavez.
Watch out for that guy with dark blue hair.
Right. How have things been, though? Recently, I'm preparing an appeal on behalf of the association. I plan on meeting with Lady Bronya. Why Bronya? Because Lady Bronya clearly is the only person who can solve our issue. I heard that the Supreme Guardian, Lady Bronya, is far more open-minded than the former Supreme Guardian. She's encouraging people at Klopathford to air their opinions. Everyone has a responsibility to speak. Well, Dark Blue Scam Victims Association naturally isn't going to let this opportunity get away. Our request is quite simple. The Silver Main Guards should immediately establish a Dark Blue Scam Special Task Force that will launch a citywide search in Belebog to round up this blue-haired con artist. That is very ambitious, but I mean, that's how arresting people works. Without the names, without establishing a special group. That's ambitious. Are you praising me? I'll assume you are. My point is, we simply must find the blue-haired swindler. We cannot tolerate such criminal activity.
Give me a minute of your time and you can avoid being duped.
Was it ever explained how Sampo could travel between the overworld and underworld? I don't think it was. Why don't we sit down and discuss? What are you talking about? You misunderstand what I mean. All we want is to make Lady Bonner aware. Yeah. Just wanted to see what else you would say. Sampo, the con artist alias? Don't ever sympathize with him. You'll either end up losing some money at the minimum or even see your family fortune go down the drain. Didn't I give Sampo some money? I feel like I did in fact lose some money, he's right. Oh, never mind, there is more play stuff here. Stardust Rose, was it? Program page 2. Oh, I guess I didn't look at the white papers. Okay, well, this one might be the final one then. Let's see. I'm still missing a page 2. Stardust Rose. Oh yeah, this is the failed IPC manager who has to choose between love or profit. From backstage, Julia and Lane. Ian has to be Lane, right? That's not an I, right? Can I see a capital L somewhere in here? In this font? I don't know. Reveal stories from rehearsal for Stardust Rose. Writer Olsen, journalist at Belebog Weekly. Olsen sure writes a lot. I worked with that guy many times, but I still get nervous when I'm acting against him. There's a glimmer in his eyes, and I'm always sort of in a trance when looking at him. On the press night of Stardust Rose, Julia revealed to the reporters present an interesting story during the rehearsal of Stardust Rose. Julia and Lane both won Goliath's Award for Best Actor and Actress with their performances in Theater Story last year. A month after winning the award, the two received an invitation from Amy, the playwright of Stardust Rose. Despite this stage couple of the... What? I can't read, I don't comprehend. Despite this stage couple... No, wait, no. Despite this stage couple of the drama world having already worked together many times before. Stage couple of the drama world. Okay, there we go. That's what it says. They're not a real couple, right? Julia said with a smile that she still couldn't resist the unique charm of her old colleague. Stardust Rose is co-directed by two Goliath Award winners for Best Director of a play, and his romance novelist Amy's first stage play. Lane felt it was a little different from the typical romances, not just because it was co-directed by two well-known directors, but also because I felt amazing chemistry with Julia during rehearsals. Lane tells us that during one rehearsal, the corner of Julia's skirt got tangled in a nearby prop, but because of the strong rapport between them, thanks to their countless past collaborations, Lane immediately scooped Julia up in his arms and within the short duration of the changing backdrops was able to help untangle her skirt. Julia revealed that in the sudden incident, Lane's action of scooping her up in his arms was considered by director Jeffrey to be a stroke of genius, which happens to perfectly fit the scene of the botanists played by Julia being trapped. Alice is a botanist who is completely immersed into her career as a researcher. She is a little out of touch with the rest of society, so she doesn't know how to call for help, even when she's in a tight spot. But Howard's actions come from the heart. Taking this into consideration, Lane told us that because of this incident, the stage direction was written into the official script. Throughout the rehearsals of Stardust Rose, we were infected with a wonderful atmosphere. While we had to perform in front of many people as the plot developed toward the end, I think we must have entered a kind of blissful flow state. It felt really magical. Julia believes that Stardust Rose has a unique romantic atmosphere, different from all the plays she had acted in before. It's like being infected with love, Lane summarized for his stage partner. Okay, either they are a couple or they should be. But that's really cool. I like this love story. If it is one. Better be. So are these plays too? Probably not just plays. Yeah, clearly. The museum. I could go into the museum today. I don't think I ever finished it. I can check. Not 100%. Yep. Sure doesn't look finished. Yep. Still rewards to be had, and I do want money. But maybe I'll focus on it another time. Because if I start it now, I think I might not have enough time to finish. Oh yeah, the fountain. A fountain in the plaza shooting out cold, tepid water. You can see through the ripples that the bottom of the fountain has metal coins strewn about. It looks like the locals use this as a kind of wishing pool. Let's toss a coin. I think I've done this before. In fact, I know I've done this before. But I also know that you can fish out treasure at the cost of recycled one. Yeah. It begs to say that this fountain really does have everything in it, just like the ancient treasure tombs of the emperors gone by. Look, you somehow find amidst these ripples extinguished core. Has that antimatter legion ever made a wish here? Does the dialogue change if I keep fishing stuff out? Wait, was that dialogue different? Hang on, are you serious? Oh yeah, this is the same. You jump into the fountain, only to find there's nothing interesting there today. But you can't go back empty-handed, and bedraggled like this, so you pick up 3 pieces of trash on your way out. Is there a limit to this? Surely there's a limit, right? It begs to say that this fountain really does have everything in it, including coins, of course, so that's what you're here for. 1 filthy coin, your most precious of treasures. Nice. Oh, there is a limit, yeah. There we go. I emptied the well. So let's toss something back in. There we go. Okay, I was a little concerned there was no limit and I was just wasting my praise of high morals, but there was. Oh, I just remembered. This music is very loud. When I was on the space station and the Astral Express, the music was very quiet, so I turned it up because I noticed in the episodes like you could barely hear the music. But then in Belebog the music is so loud here. I'm considering turning it to 6, but I'll leave it at 7 for now. Hopefully that's fine, because it was way too loud before. Completely forgot about it until now, though. Preacher. The Supreme Guardian has been replaced. What do you think? This congregation member interrupting a sermon is extremely rude. As a representative of the architects, I must express their condemnation. But I'll still give your reasonable question a fair answer. Lady Bronya is a loyal follower of the will of preservation. She will lead us to its warm amber dawn. Madame Cocolia's sacrifice was heartbreaking. She spent her whole life fighting against enemies of preservation. Even if she was misunderstood and sometimes criticized, her heart still cares about the people. Her sacrifice will be remembered for generations. A successor hand-selected and trained by the Supreme Guardian is destined not to disappoint the people or the architects. Praise preservation and praise Lady Bronya. Well said, Dominic. He didn't actually say anything wrong there. Cocolia did, in her own way, wish for the people of Belebog to be well. Although it was the wrong way. Oh, people are getting on. Hello, street lamp. Street lamps haven't been turned on yet. Does that car have 4 wheels? No, still 3. Wait. No, it does. They do have normal cars. And 3 wheels. Hello, trash can. Don't get close without courage. I never do. Mailbox. Mail since the border wall will be delivered last. It will take around 2 days. Trash can. And lamp. I can't go down here even though the map tells me so. Very well. It's just a trash can. It sure is. Any posters about me? No. There's the path down. There could be posters here as well, I suppose. Well, no, actually, because it was blocked at the top when there were posters placed, so... In lore, it would make sense for there to be posters down there, but not in gameplay. Can't read that. Okay, I see another paper. Great place to hide something, like this paper. Oh, there's Stardust Roche, page 3. Let's see what merchandise they have. Oh, I don't have Scylla's in Alexandra program. Page 3 as well. Or page 1, actually. Where is, I can never find these. There it is. Sneakily tucked away in the corner. Page 3, 23,000 shield. Not even the most expensive thing I've seen. Usual stuff, March 7th. Stardust Rose themed box package. Climb up to the themed box on the 2nd floor and embark on a romantic and wonderful theatrical journey. Designed by Paul, set designer of Stardust Rose. Their romantic floor designs in the same style as the play in the box. Themed boxes can seat up to 8 spectators. On a limited number of 10 packages will be sold daily. I could take the whole Astral Express, I guess. Stardust Rose commemorative frame. Rose design frame modeled on the original Rose prop from the play. Special release for audience members who love stage plays with reserved programs and ticket display cards. Decorate your wall with Stardust Rose program and your ticket. Stardust Rose play bill binder. The cover of the binder is printed with the playbill. What's a playbill of Stardust Rose? The size of the binder perfectly matches the program, the usual. Stardust Rose autograph photo card. A photo card featuring the 16 stars final makeup looks with their autographs. During the tour, each person is limited to purchasing one set per day, and the limited number of 20 sets will be sold per day on a first come first served basis. And there we go, 30,000 shield. More expensive than the theme box package. Kinda want it though. I just realized I still don't have a room in the Astral Express, or at least we haven't seen it. I want a room and I want to decorate it with a bunch of dumb things.
Are there any undiscovered delicacies left in this city?
Agnes, I don't remember much about you. Can we talk? Oh, I think I remember now. Never mind.
Are there any undiscovered
How have things been? Sorry, I was thinking about the details of something I'm writing. I didn't notice you. Well, you should pay attention. You're standing right next to the tracks. You're asking how I've been recently? Pretty well, but I've been more productive than ever. Making up food stories again? Oh, she's the one who wrote that story. Will you go to the underworld to collect materials? I certainly would love to, but you need to apply for permissions from the town hall to go to the underworld. Travel requests of a tourism nature like mine aren't as likely to receive approval. At least goods are already starting to be regularly transported between the overworld and the underworld. I can buy food from the underworld here, and the prices are cheap. I've been trying new dishes from the underworld in the past few days. I've had mushrooms, edible moss, and more. The flavor has been pretty good. Once travel between the two areas fully opens up, I simply must go down there and experience the dining environment. Sounds good. There's edible moss, you say, though. I must go to the underworld and find the moss in this chapter. So there was also a question about this. I would never make up a story. Anyway, thanks to the Supreme Guardian's decision, even though I still don't qualify to apply to wander around the underworld, the flow of goods between the overworld and underworld has already started to normalize. The mushrooms and edible moss aren't too bad. I've recently sampled several new foods from the underworld, and now my brain is bursting with inspiration. I have to make good use of it. Well, she's having a good time. You can see the benefits of the new age already. What's happening here? Daddy, sir. Oh no, it's these guys that I can listen to. I read in the magazine that Belebogian has a rightful rights society. The member of this rightful whatever society help people skip work. Oh no, I mean they help people temporarily escape the bonds of family and duty. Does such an organization really exist? This Belebogian really is one messed up place. You sound like you don't live here. Where are you from? Underworld? Sounds kinda interesting, so how does one go about signing up? The magazine doesn't say, it just says that the editor is also very curious. Then why do you bring it up? I knew it. Everything that comes out of your mouth is nonsense. He failed to be interesting in the conversation. Rip guy. Molly. Hey Molly. What the heck is the procurement department doing? These parts are all defective. Man, they really know how to grind my gears. Am I nothing to them? How have things been? How do you think I've been? I've just been angry. I've just been so angry with my coworkers. I just feel like I've grown numb to it already. There's really no reason for me to put up with the military. Whatever nonsense they got up has no bearing on my life, so why should I be making myself miserable? Is this really the life I want? Back then, I did everything I could to get into the technology division, but I didn't do all that just so I could lie back and wait for my life to be over. You're doing the right thing, keep at it. Don't need to put yourself through all that either. What's the best advice I can give her? I have no idea. Let's just say you're doing well. Easier said than done. I don't know how long it'll be until how long I'll be able to hold on, but I will try to stick with it a little longer. It was nice chatting with you, thanks.
Have you heard of the
I want to see what the other options do. So this basically tells her to quit. You're right, but I don't dare imagine how things would change if I gave up everything. Am I really going to stand here and watch Belebogian get worse by the day? To be honest, I'm scared. It's not because the environment is getting worse. What's even more terrifying is that I will end up just like those people. I'll become the worst version of myself. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold on. Yeah. And the final one. Whatever you're passionate about is what your life really is. So you're saying I should do what I truly love? But after all these upsetting things I've experienced, I feel as if I'll never find something I can completely throw myself into. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold on, but I will try to stick with it a little longer. It was nice chatting with you, thanks. Hopefully things work out for her. You walk around the mailbox inspecting it, but don't find any more letters. Unfortunately. Hello, Ronald. Oh, never mind. Oh, new recipes. Enhancement-based physical. And ice. And nothing else that I really care about. He sells straight up quantum ripples, though. That's a interesting thing to find at a kiosk shop. Further roaming judge. Oh,
It's
this guy.
high time I landed a major case.
I remember you. Got some big cases. How have things been? I got a big case on my hands. It's a shame I'll never be the one to try the case. I guess more specifically, I should say that there's no way this case can be tried. Even Lady Branya herself would not be able to. What's this case you're talking about? Yeah, former Supreme Guardian Cocolia passed during the Fragmentum disturbance that happened north of Belebogian. Her daughter Branya took over her position after that. Lady Branya stated that Cocolia went to the source of the Fragmentum and sacrificed herself to protect Belebogian. But that's just what she is saying. Who knows what actually happened? There were no other witnesses after all. Then again, that has all nothing to do with me. Change is opportunity. All I have to do now is take hold of this opportunity and find a way to get myself seated at the court. I don't need to keep arguing with those old hags. Have you thought about being a legal advisor to the Supreme Guardian? Are you out of your mind? Me? No way. The law is sacred. A small judge like me isn't worthy of a role like that. Scram. Don't let the guards hear us talking about this. Oh, he's still wary of
It's high time I landed a major
Cocolia's,
case.
the precedent that Cocolia set. Well, here's to your success. Hopefully your words will bring me good luck. But I think my chances are not particularly good. Maybe Alexandra Plaza is just where I belong. You'll do it. Oh, another paper. Salmon bread. I wonder who wrote this one. Oh yeah, synthesize. Unlocked. Criticize damage by 24 and physical by 24. Pretty good. Especially if you run a mono element team. How come I can never find these books? There we go. A travel magazine column that shares an all-new way of life in suburbia. This is a page cut from the Voyagers magazine. Keeping up with fishing parties. How about some juicy frostwave salmon bread? Author Leela. Okay, no, that's a different author. The lake in the Belebogian suburbs may be frozen solid, but hidden beneath the surface is a powerful undercurrent. That's right, it's the undercurrent caused by a large amount of frostweave salmon in search of a spawning ground. Oh, I thought she meant metaphorically. So there's a lake. I'd never seen it. It's also the time of year that they are the fattest because they stock up the energy and nutrients to prepare for the swim upstream, during which they are unable to feed. The Belebogian fishing teams head out to prepare for the seasonal hunts. Through efficient and large-scale hunting, the city's frostweave salmon reserves are plentiful. Of course, the proximity of the hunting ground to Belobog means the cruel and extreme temperature and climate have their risks. Such a grand scale of fishing can only be read through the articles. But starting this year, it can also be part of the fishing parties. 3 years ago, Belobog approved the fishing and hunting co-op program. After a 2-year trial run, they're finally ready to open up registrations. As one of the members who participated in the trial run, I will be starting a new column, Fishing and Hunting Co-op, in the Voyager. The column will cover travel preparation, delicious foods, and various activities, as well as aspects of the co-op program that may require special attention. As the saying goes, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. For the first issue, we will be focusing on the unique delicacy, frostweave salmon bread. Everyone knows that the frostweave salmon we get in the city has been processed to prolong preservation. After the head and guts are removed, the salmon is salted and dried. This process brings out the flavor that we are so familiar with. However, the salmon at the reserves taste even better. The frostweave salmon will freeze quickly out of the water, and can be said that you can't get salmon any fresher than this. That's actually really funny. So normally you salt food so that it lasts longer, yes, but I think what she's saying is in Belobog you salt food so that it doesn't freeze, because salt prevents or melts snow, which I'm still not sure to this day how that works. That was never explained to me in real life, but it works. So that's funny. The most traditional frostweave salmon dish, which is highly recommended by the head chef of the fishing parties, is the frostweave salmon bread. It is simple to make, so here are the steps. You will need to have sliced bread. You will need to have sliced your bread beforehand. It will take a lot of effort to cut it in this cold climate. You will also need to prepare the red sunset jam beforehand. Cut the red sunset into pieces along with various berries and then stir with seasoning. Be sure to store it in a thermal container, or you will have to melt the jam with hot water, which will be difficult. Cut the frostweave salmon into slices. You can ask the chefs from the fishing team to help with this step. Next, you will need to peel off the skin, then place the fish meat and jam onto the bread. And there you have it, the authentic serving of frostweave salmon bread. So it's just a fish and jam on bread. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like part of the baking process or something, somehow. As you may have noticed, the most troublesome ingredient of the recipe is the fresh frostweave salmon, which may be hard to come by in Belobog. You'll find plenty of it at the fishing reserves though. The salmon's freshness and the jam's acidity produces a smooth texture that will have you salivating within seconds. The tenderness of the fish, with a lighter fish stench and more fatty meat, is different from the dry salmon that we're used to. It is truly unforgettable and definitely worth a trip to the reserves. Of course, the fishing parties have a minimum amount of salmon that they must catch before tourist activities can begin. Rest assured, there's plenty of frostweave salmon to go around. The co-op program will require a one-time fee. In other words, tourists who participate are free to eat as much as they want within the fishing reserves. Next time we'll be taking a look at how to stay warm during the frigid cold. Stay tuned, avid travelers. This is Leela, and I'll see you in the next issue. Thank you, Leela. It also sounds vaguely like a scam. Frozen Lake. It's not there. Probably not there. Maybe here somewhere? Maybe it's a foreshadowing for an upcoming map. I thought I could interact with this to see what it says, but I guess not. Okay. Talk to Alexis already. Oh, there's Manya.
Make an appointment.
You again.
and
I said I'm on
good
break. Fine. So what exactly do you want to know? How have things been? How have things been? As you can see, it's just the same old, doing the same work for the same pay. Didn't the town hall send you to the underworld? They did. The town hall has already allocated a suitable personnel for that. Our administrative officials naturally want to do things by the book. Also, the livelihoods of people in the underworld is not within my job responsibilities. If you want to inquire about the underworld, please submit your inquiries to the underworld interim administrative official, of course. Citizen, if there's no problem, then please refrain from obstructing my work. In order to ensure the regular connection between the overworld and underworld, town hall officials at every rank are working overtime. I don't have time for idle chatter. You always say that, but you always just stand around there. What? We got another one. She looks so creepy. What are you doing? Who are you? Ah, I know. You're a loyal servant of Lady Serval. You've come to admire her radiant beauty, right? I do like her style, and I like her music, I think. I haven't heard it, but I feel like I would like it, so sure. Ah, I never imagined to meet another fan here. Especially someone like me who enjoys climbing onto the workshop window to see Lady Serval's beautiful face up close all day long without any obstructions. Please stop. So, you strike me as a bold person. Can I ask you for a favor? Okay, so... Was it Cecilia or was it Tamila who was the stalker? I forgot. I think it was Tamila, right? So Tamila is also a stalker, but Tamila stalks Cecilia, or the other way around. I'm sorry if it is. So she could learn more about her, not to stare at her face from a window. So in my book, that's slightly better than this. You want the favor. You're not about to ask me to go take her picture, are you? Damn it. You're so smart, just what I expect from a fellow fan of Lady Serval. In fact, I was just about to ask if you could help me take a picture. Yeah. Is that alright? Yeah, that kind of goes against public order and common decency. My goodness, you really are a good person. Don't worry, taking a picture of Lady Serval is just another form of preservation. Not a good one. Probably. Please handle this for me. Should I help her? Or maybe go and tell Serval? I am gonna go and tell Serval. Although, if I go and talk to Serval, that might start a quest. Julian, Tasha, Clara, Goat Hotel. That's GN Show. Still GN Show Durlo. Oh. Wait a minute, then what was that one thing that Serval messaged me about? Time Express. Oh, to the Goat Hotel for your appointment, okay. Well, maybe I should avoid that then, for now. Video recorder. An old VCR machine, you do not dare imagine what it might show you. I think I looked all around this shop already, but let's scrape the walls one more time, why not? Anything interesting? Interactable? I never noticed the second floor. No, it's just Serval. Hey, Serval.
You're here. Come on, let's gossip.
Yeah, let's, wait, where's the window? I guess this one. I'll hazard a guess that you didn't come looking for repairs. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. Based on our friendship, you can just treat the workshop like your second home. Come, have a rest anytime you're feeling tired. I wanted to talk about your maniac fans. Ah, you must be talking about the one that is outside the window, right? So you already knew. Of course, I'm the most popular rock star in Belebogian after all. Maybe the only one too. So basically, this fan wanted a picture of me. Did I get that right? Then, help me take a picture. Make sure you find a good angle. You're going to agree to this? Of course, I do my best to make my fans happy. You should be careful. Good angle, she says. That looks pretty good. F. We'll save it, why not?
You're here. Come on, let's go.
Did you get the picture? Let me see. Ah, you're not too bad. I want to get you to take my picture for a magazine cover. Anyway, get this picture to her. If she isn't satisfied, then come back. I'm free anytime. Yeah, aren't you worried she will hurt you? Hurt me? Impossible. I cut myself off from my family, but I'm still a prominent public figure in Belebog. No one would dare lay a finger on me. Relax, I've been aware of the fan for quite a while now. If she had ill intentions, she has had more than enough opportunities to act on them. Why would she make you come here and take a photo, right? Yeah, but her intentions might rise as you fuel her. Well, go and fulfill her dreams. Alright,
You're here.
if you say so.
Come on, let's go.
But first, what else do you have to say? How's Jumper doing? Oh, you mean the thing in the Silvermane Guard restricted zone? He's just suffered a few flesh wounds, nothing serious. Don't worry, he's chaplain of the Silvermane Guards. He isn't that fragile. Right, he was holding down the line in the story. After you went north into the Fragmentum, Jeopard and I held off several waves of attack with some Silvermane Guards. We finally took our chances and shut off the entrance to the restricted zone. To tell the truth, the whole thing was thrilling. Endless monsters pouring out from the Fragmentum, rushing to the restricted zone. I almost thought we weren't gonna make it, but luckily I had my best guy with me. The previous Fragmentum attacks were nowhere near this vicious. I mean, back when I was still in the Silvermane Guards. Now though, things are really tough for Jeopard. I didn't realize she was in combat before, yeah. Pretty much, I may be from the technology division, but my areas of expertise are Fragmentum and Stellarons. And you can't remain confined to the lab if you want to make a name for yourself in these fields. You didn't seem to worry about Jeopard before? Not true, he's my little brother, and no matter what, I'm his big sister. I will always be worrying about him. It's just that I've always thought that every Lando has their own drive, and my brother's really good at martial arts. I convinced myself that I wouldn't have to worry about him. But seeing how the Fragmentum attacks have been developing has changed my mind. When he comes back next time, I will definitely bring Pella along and we'll back him up. She plans going to the front lines.
You're here. Come on.
But hopefully the attack should be receding now. Oh wow, that dialogue option disappeared. It looks like work is coming along well. Ah, when did you become such a caring young lady? It's nice that you express concern in my work. Honestly, this place suits me very well. All I'd ever fix back in the workshop were trivial things like watches and heaters. A big guy like this is something that I can really mull over for a long time. I'm not sure. Oh, she's talking about the engine of creation. Plus, everyone is seriously counting on me now. I get so many people asking me things every day. It's like a crowd at a concert. It may not be rock and roll, but it's kind of cool. Do you have any plans for when construction is complete? When the giant robot is all fixed, and the planet will be reborn, right? But I don't plan on sticking around here until then. As soon as construction gets on track, I'll hand the reins over to Pella and find a place to enjoy myself. I imagine by that time, I'll already be an old lady Serval with grey hair. Yeah, that's what I think too, but apparently Bronya and Pella have
Now,
some incredible estimations. I just want to chat. Chatting at a time like this, but that's okay with me. What would you like to chat about? What does the workshop actually do? Just look at the decor. You can probably guess, right? It's a mechanical repair shop, of course. You can fix all kinds of machines. Of course, there's nothing in Belebog that I can't fix. Anything as small as a geomarrow radiator to as large as a car. I feel like I've heard this before. Smallest maintenance. Plus the computer toaster. I think I've talked to her before about this. Okay. Let's go give the picture, I guess. Very well. You took Lady Serval's picture? Here you go. Next time, go and ask yourself. Oh, the face. The font increase. Oh, no, okay. Stop being creepy. Lady Serval truly is just too perfect. She's as beautiful as the Supreme Guardian. I'm so lucky to be alive now. I've even had the opportunity to see something so perfect. Save me, I think. Lady Serval has caused my heart to skip several beats. I want to hang Lady Serval's picture on headboard. That way I can see her every day. Until we meet again, my fellow fan. I need to go and recover. I hope that the next time we meet, we can all have a nice picture of Lady Serval. Okay, you're a good fan. Just like stop staring out the window and shouting about her nose. Some kids here. More trash cans. Trash can don't get too close without courage. This is a phone booth. You find it novel because you were born in the mobile era. They are pretty. Mailbox. And Lavonne.
Desirable
Lavonne, I
suburban
don't know.
area. Limited properties, not too big.
How have you been? How's business? You mean the real estate at the outskirts of the city? Do you remember what I told you once before? Lady Bronya, our next Supreme Guardian, is a gentle and a centrist. Well, turns out that I was right. I told you that the development of areas outside the city was carved in stone. No one had imagined this before, and so property prices were low. But now that the overworld and underworld are going to be connected soon, people are going to be buying up property for sure. Naturally, housing prices are going to start climbing up. Then people can make money hand over fist, right? I don't comprehend this. People can make money hand over fist. I guess that's just some sort of saying. So how much did you make? Trade secret, no comment. All I can tell you is that the real estate has been hot. Better buy while you've got this chance. If you're too late, you might not be able to afford the prices and will be stuck renting a place. In the future, there might be a lot of people looking to live out that way. Demand for housing will outpace supply. I'm revealing inside information I got from some important people in the Pathport. It is totally reliable. Sounds like she still hasn't made any profit yet. But it is true that her scam is unexpectedly going to pay off. Because snow should start receding soonish. Surprised I can't talk to or interact with anything here. This is a curious corner of the street. Trash can. It's just a trash can. And it's beautiful. Billabong trash can. Great place to hide something. What was this way? Restricted zone 2. Okay. Nothing unique there.
I've heard of that before.
I think there's a novel written about this hotel. Did I read that? Maybe. Definitely read a lot about history on this place.
I'm writing
Hello,
it.
Emma.
I'm writing it.
Oh yeah, this guy was
You're not my editor.
fearing for his life. Are you still writing books? Technically, yes, but the novels I write aren't exactly highbrow. They're all trash literature. Oh, he wrote Tale of the Winterlands? Not exactly. The story I'm writing about, Dalmir and Artem as they go on an adventure in the Lava Kingdom, it's a lot like the fanfictions of the Tales series that the readers produce, but the quality is even worse. But never mind, he's not the writer, he writes fanfictions. At the end of the book I'm working on now, they don't go to Steladon. Artem chooses to help Dalmir search for the secret that lies below his homeland. Sounds kinda cool, but I'm not sure if the editor is going to accept this kind of manuscript. I will keep writing for now, even if the content is just average. At least it's my own work. I don't want to be a ghostwriter anymore. Or wait, I'm confused. Is he the real writer or not? So what's the novel all about? I used the characters from Tale of the Winterlands series, but it's a different story. Okay, yeah, it's a spin-off, sort of. Okay. Got it. Also, another vending machine, which probably has the same stuff. Yep. And another page. Citizen Alexandra, page 1. There we go. Okay, this time it might actually be the final one. If I can find it. I swear these places scramble each time I look. They're in different spots each time, I promise. So there we go, the first page finally. Opening date July 20th, Golden Theater, 22 West Alyssa Avenue, Administrative District. The best offering this year from the Golden Theater Musical Department, Citizen Alexandra. Toward the end of the third guardian Alexandra's life, her heart was incessantly filled with guilt. A beautiful maiden stepped up to the political arena, giving up her personal life, carrying out her duties with utmost determination. The architects guide her on the path of preservation. The Count grew close with her, but never formalized their relationship. The commander of the Silvermane Guards fought alongside her. When she looks back on her life, will she lament her many missed chances at love? Alexandra, do you have any regrets? Or do you have regrets? $3 award for Best Actor in the Musical towards Tony, Andy, and Jonathan. A joint performance unlike any other. The youngest award winner for Best Musical Orchestration, Catherine. The latest masterpiece after a 2-year hiatus. 16 Goliard's Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Olivia. Highest recommendations. Newcomer with potential, Dasha. Oof, that's... They had to add something there, but they couldn't really find anything to add. They could have said promising new actor instead of newcomer with potential. That doesn't sound good at all. Director Mia, producer Carl, music director Catherine, sound director Bonnie, artist Bonnie again, artist director Janet, choreography Lilia, who's also the writer of that one book I just read about the fish. Courtmaster Brian Orchestra, costume designer Abigail. I think Abigail we've seen already too. Set designer Timmy, lighting designer Bob, public relations manager Robert. Oh, Robert. Cast Alexandra, Count Dolan's born of the architect. Silvermane Guard Bruce made Yelena preservation's personal secretary. Eva. Track listing, Sleeping Song on This Frozen Night. Under Guarding Wings, The Charity Ball, The First Dance, it's a lot of songs, Two Hearts, Her Shadow, Where the Heart Belongs, My Stone Heart, The Fading Light of Life, After Tomorrow, Will You Remember Me, and Belebogian Cries for Her. So from the sounds of it, her love life did not go very well. Although maybe whoever said this is her final lover. Who knows? I don't, because I didn't watch the play. But I would like to. Anything around this corner? Not really. Anyone hanging out up here? Nope. Very well. I guess that is it for the administrative district then. Of course, there's still the museum and the Goat Hotel, but I'm kind of scared of going in there. I mean, I guess it's not the biggest deal to start these quests out of order. It's whatever, right? So yeah, all 4 men's treasure is supposed to be first, and then there's all of these. And actually the one that they want me to do is even later. It's after the which one is it? Is it... Yeah, this one, Time Express, so this one's after the main story. But yes, I could do it. It's not that out of the way. But I also kind of want to go to the museum. I don't know. But I think that is enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's a bit of a shorter episode, but I think this is a nice place to conclude. Next episode, I have plans for vengeance, let's just say. I will see you then.